There is a room in monasteries all over the world where no one is allowed to speak. It isn't a chapel. It isn't a meditation hall. It's the dining room. For over 1,000 years, monks have eaten their meals in complete silence. No conversation, no music, no distraction. Just food, breath, and the quiet sound of a single voice reading scripture in the background. To most of us, it sounds strange, even uncomfortable. But what happens inside the human body when a single meal is eaten this way is something modern science is only now beginning to measure. And it changes how we should think about every meal we've ever eaten. In the next few minutes, you'll learn why monks across nearly every tradition, Buddhist, Benedictine, Carthusian, independently arrived at the same rule. You'll see what happens inside the digestive system during a silent meal versus a noisy one. And you'll discover why the way you eat may matter as much as what you eat. Here's the uncomfortable part. The average modern meal lasts under 12 minutes. Most of it is eaten in front of a screen, or while talking, or while standing, or while scrolling, or while driving. Your body interprets this the way it interprets stress. Heart rate up, cortisol up, digestion quietly shutting down. You think you're nourishing yourself. You're not. You're feeding a body that has no idea a meal is even happening. Walk into a Benedictine refectory at midday, and you will hear almost nothing. Forks, bowls, a single monk reading aloud from a book, slowly, evenly, while the rest eat in complete silence. In Zen monasteries, the rule is even stricter. The meal itself is a meditation called oryoki, a precise, almost choreographed ritual where every gesture is deliberate and no word is spoken. Different countries, different centuries, same instinct. The monks understood something we forgot. The body cannot digest properly while the nervous system is busy. And conversation, for all its beauty, is, biologically, a kind of busyness. And here's where it gets strange. Modern researchers studying digestion and the autonomic nervous system have been quietly confirming what those monks practiced by instinct. The digestive system runs almost entirely on the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest state. The opposite of fight or flight. When you eat while stressed, while distracted, while talking through a problem at lunch, your body shifts into the wrong nervous system for the job. Stomach acid drops. Enzymes slow. Blood flow to the gut decreases. The food enters a body that isn't ready to receive it. A 2011 study published in Appetite found that distracted eating significantly reduced satiety signals and increased calorie intake at the next meal. Other research has shown that simply slowing the pace of a meal without changing what's eaten improves blood sugar response, digestion, and even nutrient absorption. The monks didn't have the studies. They simply had the experience. Now think about what most people lose every single day by eating the way modern life teaches them to eat. Bloating that no one can explain. Acid reflux. Energy crashes after meals. Cravings an hour later. The slow, quiet exhaustion of a digestive system that has never, in adult life, been allowed to actually do its job. You blame the food. Sometimes it's the food. But often, far more often than people realize, it's the state you were in while eating it. The monks didn't change their meals. They changed their relationship to the act of eating. And the body responded. But here's the part most people get wrong. Silent eating isn't about deprivation. It isn't about denying yourself the pleasure of company or conversation. The monks weren't punishing themselves. They were protecting something. A meal, in monastic tradition, was understood as a moment of communion with the body, with the food, with the quiet presence of the moment itself. To speak through it was, in a sense, to miss it. And in missing it, to miss what the meal was actually for. You don't have to take a vow of silence to access this. You only have to remember that eating is something worth being present for. So here's how to do it. Choose one meal a day, just one. Lunch is often easiest. Sit down. Put the phone away, face down, in another room if you have to. Turn off the screen, close the laptop, look at the food, notice the color, the smell, the temperature. Take the first bite slowly. Put the fork down between bites. Not always, but often enough that you notice. Chew longer than feels normal. 20 chews, 30. The monks didn't count, but they didn't need to. The slowness came naturally, because nothing was pulling them away from the meal. If you eat with others, try one shared silent meal a week. It feels strange at first. Then it begins to feel like something almost sacred. 10 minutes is enough to start. What you'll notice, almost immediately, is that you eat less. You taste more. The bloating eases. The crash that used to follow the meal quietly disappears. And here is what people don't expect. After a few weeks of practicing this, even imperfectly, something shifts beyond digestion. You begin to notice your own hunger more clearly. The cravings that used to ambush you in the late afternoon lose their grip. You finish meals feeling settled, not stuffed. Because what you're really training isn't a way of eating. You're training your nervous system to recognize what rest feels like 3 times a day. The monks understood this. They built their refectories around it. We live inside a culture that has turned eating into something we do while doing something else. Lunch at the desk, dinner in front of the screen, breakfast in the car. We have never had more food and never paid less attention to it. The monks would have found this strange, not because they were judging us, but because they knew what we are missing. That a meal is not just fuel. It is one of the few moments in the day when the body and the mind can finally meet in the same place, at the same time. You don't have to enter a monastery to find this again. You only have to sit down, put the phone away, and eat, slowly, one meal in silence, and see what your body remembers. For more than 1,000 years, monks built their days around small, deliberate practices like this. Not because they had to, because they understood what daily ritual does to a human body over time. It restores digestion. It quiets the mind. It returns you to yourself. The monk method is a 21-day program that adapts those ancient practices for the life you actually live. No robes, no vows. Just a series of simple, daily rituals, drawn from the monks who mastered the inner life, guiding you toward clarity, calm, and a deeper kind of strength. 21 days is all it takes to begin remembering what they never forgot. The link is below. Take your time with it. Eat slowly, breathe deeply, and I'll see you in the next one.